everybody. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your Tuesday evening with us. My name is Steve Schultz. I'm the VP of Global Sales here with the Super Patch Company. And the reason that we are all together here tonight is so that we can share some information with you. And I will flat out tell you this right now. We can't stop this train. Guys, there's no way that we can stop this train. This technology that we're going to share with you here tonight is bigger than any one of us on this Zoom here tonight, and that includes Mr. Jay Dhaliwal, who invented this technology that we are taking around the world. Those of you who are guests, your purpose here tonight is to just soak up as much of this information as you possibly can. Don't worry about taking notes or anything like that. It's going to be very, very simple, but the information that I'm going to share with you can literally change your life. And I know that's a really bold statement to make, but the reason I say that is because if you take this information and apply it, it literally can change your life, not only on the health side, but also on the wealth side. Now, what I'm going to do here tonight for you guys is I'm going to introduce to you a technology, okay? Now, sometimes when something is introduced to you that is foreign, that is new, sometimes we don't understand it right away, especially with a technology. And sometimes we play it off as magic. It's like, that's got to be a trick. How are those guys doing that? Well, just because you don't understand it doesn't mean that it's not real. And just because you don't understand something, that doesn't mean that you can't enjoy the benefit of using it every single day. Now, a perfect example of that is this phone right here, okay? This iPhone right here that I have, I use this, I don't know, how many times you guys use your phone a day? Hundreds? I have no idea how this works, but I use it every single day. I have no idea how it works. My car, I get in my vehicle every single day. Not exactly sure how that works, but it gets me from point A to point B. I fly a lot. Not exactly sure how those planes stay up in the air, but it gets me from point A to point B. I don't understand how they work, but I enjoy the benefit of using them every single day. Now, the reason I tell you all of that is this. Guys, I have been in the networking industry now for 33 years. August 8th was my 33rd anniversary in this crazy business. And what I'm going to share with you guys here tonight is something that it is by far the greatest product, I'm going to call it a product right now, that I've had a chance to promote in those 33 years. About 14 months ago, I got a phone call because today I'm really, really excited about it. But 14 months ago, I didn't get it. I was in this category right here. Oh, this technology's got to be magic. Somebody's playing a trick on me. Well, 14 months ago, I got a random phone call from a gentleman by the name of Jay Dhaliwal. Now, Jay is the founder of the Super Patch Company. Jay called me up. And I answered, and I'm not even sure why I answered because his name didn't pop up on my phone. It was just a number, and I usually don't answer those calls anymore. And so I answered, and Jay introduced himself to me, and I said, Jay, what can I do for you? And he said, Steve, a friend of yours told me to give you a call. I said, who's that friend? He said, your friend Dan. I said, yep, I know Dan. I said, what can I do for you? And he said, Steve, I want to tell you a little bit about my company, and I want to know if you would be interested in helping me build it. And I said, okay, Jay, what do you do? Well, Jay started to explain to me that he invented this little patch. And you guys, it's only 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. And he said, Steve, there's nothing on this patch. There's no drugs, there's no stimulants, there's no supplements, there's no vitamins, there's no magnets, there's no stem cell anything. He said, it's just a patch that has a pattern on it, and that pattern has ridges. And when those ridges come in contact with your skin is able to read that pattern, and it sends a message back to your brain to fix things. And he said, I've got a patch that will help people with balance, stability, and range of motion. I've got another patch to help people with pain. I've got one to help people sleep. I've got one to help people deal with stress. I can help people focus. I've got one for cognitive decline, ADHD, ADD, Alzheimer's, dementia. I've got one for weight loss. And I'm sitting here listening to him tell me all of this. And you guys, I was sitting right here at this desk on a phone call. It wasn't a Zoom. And I was rolling my eyes. I'm just sitting here going, this guy is wasting my time. This guy is trying to tell me that all I have to do is put this little patch on my arm that has nothing on it, and my pain's going to go away? Come on, man. I'm like, geez, I got to get this. So I got to get off the phone. And so I let him talk for a few more minutes, and I cut him off, and I said, Jay, how long have you been doing this? He said, well, research and development for 12 years, but I've been marketing it now for 6. And I said, okay, how you doing so far? He said, well, I'm off to a good start. Today, I've got about 6 million customers. You guys, he told me he had 6 million customers, and I almost fell off my chair. I leaned into the phone. I said, Jay, you've got 6 million people that are using this? I said, what are you calling me for? I said, obviously, you've got this thing figured out. He said, well, I'm off to a good start, but I want to take this to 1 billion people worldwide. And I said, okay. Now, as soon as he told me that he had 6 million people using this technology, you guys, I knew I was the guy who had a problem. I mean, I'm the guy rolling my eyes, and he's got 6 million people using it. I'm the guy who has a problem, right? So finally, I said, Jay, that's amazing, but I don't get it. He said, can you come to Toronto? I said, yes. So I flew up to Toronto. I met Jay. I met his corporate staff. And he said, Steve, I want to prove to you how this technology works. Now, he chose his words really carefully. He said, I want to prove to you how this technology works. He didn't say, hey, I want to show you how this works. He said, I want to prove to you how this technology works. He didn't call it a product. He called it a technology. And I said, okay. And I'm just going to show you guys kind of what he did to me here. And he said, Steve, I want to do this little balance test with you. And he said, I want you to stand up. I want you to put your feet together. And I want you to make 2 fists. And just put one fist over the top of the other fist. And put your hands up by your chest. And all I'm going to do is push straight down on your hands. And when I do, just try to resist me. Don't let me push your hands down. And I want you to try to maintain your balance. I'm like, all right, this can't be that difficult. He pushes down on my hands and he tips me off balance, no effort whatsoever. So then he says, all right, I need you to stand with your feet shoulder width apart, put your arms down to your side, lock your elbows, make a fist, and I'm just going to lift up on one of your arms and try to maintain your balance. Don't bend your elbow. So I'm like, all right, now I'm ready for him. He lifts up on my arm and he knocks me off balance with no effort whatsoever. So then he says, all right, Steve, I need you to roll up your sleeve and I'm going to put this Liberty patch on your arm. And he showed it to me. He said, look, there's nothing on this patch, no drugs, nothing, just this pattern. I said, okay. So he puts it on my arm. He goes, let's redo the balance test. So I put my feet together, fist over fist. He pushes down on my hands and he can't move me. You guys, he can't budge me. And I looked at him and I said, how did you do that? Because I thought he was playing a trick on me. I was in this category right here. I didn't understand what he was doing, and I thought it was a trick. I thought it was magic. He didn't even answer me. He goes, put your feet shoulder width apart, arms down to your side, lock your elbows. He lifts up on my arm, and he can't move me. Like, you guys, he can't move me a millimeter. He would have broke my arm before he moved me. I said, Jay, how are you doing this? He goes, take the patch off. So I took the patch off. I laid it on his desk. We redid the balance test. He tipped me right over. I put the patch back on, and he couldn't move me. I said, Jay, what is this? He said, neurotechnology. And I burst out laughing. I said, so now you expect me to go home and talk to my friends about brain technology? I said, Jay, how does it work? Well, he gave me this long scientific explanation. And I said, Jay, that's great, but I can't talk like that. I'm not a neuroscientist. I would never use terms like that. How am I supposed to explain this to my friends? And here's what he said to me, and this is what got me. He said, Steve, I need you to close your eyes and hold out your hand. So I did. And he put a pen in my hand. And he asked me, he said, Steve, what's in your hand right now? I said, it's a pen. He goes, how do you know? He goes, your eyes are closed. How do you know? I said, because I know what a pen feels like. He said, exactly. He said, your skin is sending a message to your brain that says this is a pen. He goes, I could have put anything in your hand and you would have known what it was without looking at it. He said, I've just figured out a way to create a pattern. And when that pattern touches your skin is able to read that pattern like a QR code. And that pattern right there, your skin is going to send a message back to your brain to fix things. And he said, the patch that you have on your arm right now fixes balance, stability, and range of motion. I've got one for pain and for sleep and for stress and for focus and for weight loss and for cognitive decline and overall athletic performance. And I'm looking at him in awe. And I said, Jay, so what you're telling me then is you have a drug-free solution for all of those things? He goes, yes. I said, I'm in. I said, Jay, I'm in. I'm 1,000% in. I said, Jay, I've been doing this for 32 years and I've never seen anything like this. I've been the president of health and wellness companies and I've never seen anything like this, and you don't have any competition. I said, nobody's doing this. I said, yeah, there's patch companies out there, but they put stuff on their patches, and when it touches your skin, there's slow release chemicals into your skin. I said, nobody is doing what you're doing. I said, you've got something here that can literally change the world. And he smiled at me and he said, that's why I called you. That's why I called you. Now, I want you to hear in Jay's words, okay, exactly how this technology works. This video is about a minute long. Here we go.
Hi, everyone. It's Jay with Super Patch. I hope everyone's having a great day. People are always asking me, Jay, how do these super patches work? So today I'm going to give you guys a high-level explanation. So first things first. Every physical, emotional, psychological function has a corresponding neurocode in our brains. And these neurocodes, which are just messages, sometimes get stuck or damaged for 1,000,001 reasons, but that leads to poor health, poor wellness, and even poor performance. So after 12.5 years of research at Super Patch, we actually decoded these messages. We decoded the neural code that can help and control the neurofunction of physical, emotional, and psychological function. So every single super patch has a pattern and ridges in it. And when these ridges come in contact with our skin, the patch uses the receptors in and on our skin to send that message to our brain. And the brain decodes it. So every single super patch is generating a very specific signal that's responsible for a physical, emotional, or psychological function. And that's how the super patches work. Super patches have their unique QR code that's sending a unique message that our brain decodes. And that's why we can help with so many wellness, performance benefits that people are seeing. So till next time, you guys have a great day. Talk to you soon.
Simple explanation. Now, guys, the people that you know, and maybe you are looking for wellness needs, take a look at the screen, and you're looking for performance needs. Now, how most people are getting these needs fulfilled is over here in the red, through drugs and over-the-counter products and surgeries. Guys, we live in a world today where it is so accepted that people that we trust will say, take this drug, this drug, this drug, this drug, this drug, but you're going to have to take this drug to offset the effects of that drug, and we all accept that. There is a better way. Because here at the Super Patch Company, we can help people on the wellness side and on the performance side completely drug-free. It's instant and effective. It's easy to use. It's non-invasive. It's non-reactive. It's child-safe, pregnancy-safe. No diet change, no lifestyle change, and they are affordable. Now, I want you guys to see the Super Patch technology in action. Now, Brandy came to one of our meetings a little more than a year ago, and she had no idea why she was there, okay? Maybe you don't know why you're here tonight, all right? Somebody invited you to jump on this Zoom. And so after the meeting, Brandy came up to us and said, hey, I have a really hard time walking up and down stairs. Will this help? And we just kind of looked at her and said, let's find out, knowing darn well that it was going to help her. Watch her walk up and down the stairs with and without the technology. This video is 1 minute long. Here we go.
How many years have you had an issue going up and down the stairs?
Since I was 33, I'm 46, so you can do the math, I can't.
13 years.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Please be careful. Okay, I'm going to put the Liberty patch on her right now. And she's going to do all of that again.
And by the way, just walking up and down this many times, usually I'm in a lot of pain too, and that's not as bad.
This is her third time doing it. There you go.
It's amazing. Utterly amazing.
Those of you who jump on this Zoom every single Tuesday night, amazing. Utterly amazing. That's turned into one of our catchphrases. Guys, we've got a patch to help people with pain. We've got one to help people sleep. We've got one to help people deal with stress. We've got one for overall blood flow and overall health. This patch right here, I will never, ever take off my arm. It's called Defend, and here's why. Because I was at an event in Chicago. There was a doctor on stage. They asked somebody to volunteer to do a blood analysis. This young girl volunteers. They did a blood analysis. They showed her blood analysis up on the screen, and this is what it looked like. That meant nothing to me. The doctor said, but look at the red blood cells. They're not round. They're not full of oxygen. Look at, they're all stacked up on top of each other, which leads to poor circulation. I'm like, all right, I guess that makes sense. They gave this young girl a Defend patch. 30 minutes later, they redid the blood analysis, and this was the result. Guys, I saw that with my own eyes. I'm like, what the heck? I'm not exactly sure what this means either, but I want my blood to look like this as opposed to this. The doctor said, look at the difference. The blood cells are, red blood cells are perfectly round. They're full of oxygen. They're all lined up like they just came out of boot camp. And I'm like, okay, whatever that means, I'm never taking this Defend patch off my arm. Liberty is what you just saw with the demonstration with Brandy. The Flow patch, we're going to help kids with cognitive, I shouldn't say kids, I always say kids. Anybody with cognitive decline, like me. I walk in the kitchen and go, what the heck did I just come in here for? Whew, hasn't happened in 14 months. Okay? Focus. We're going to help people focus. I don't care what kind of task you need to get done. We're going to help you focus. Think about kids in school. We're going to help them focus. Ignite. Do you want to burn up to 25% more calories at rest by simply wearing the Ignite patch? All right? You're going to burn on average, an extra 500 calories a day just by wearing this patch. Kick It. We're going to help you kick all of your bad habits. You figure out what those bad habits are. Wink, wink, wink. All right? And then the Joy patch. This Joy patch is awesome. This Joy patch is our newest patch. And it just seems, I don't know how I can describe this, but if it's a cloudy day and you put the Joy patch on, the sun comes out. I don't understand it, but that's how it works. And then the Victory patch. This is for overall athletic performance. We have a lot of professional athletes, collegiate athletes, high school athletes, Olympic athletes, YMCA athletes that use this patch. And nobody's afraid to use it because nobody's going to fail a drug test because we have no ingredients. Now, those are the 11 patches that we have today. You can wear all 11 at the same time because each patch has a different pattern. It sends a different signal to a different part of your brain, so they don't short circuit one another. They're waterproof. You can shower with them. You can exercise with them. And all we're going to ask you to do is swap them out every 24 hours. After 24 hours, the glue starts to wear off a little bit, and actually the pattern starts to wear down a little bit, making them a little bit less effective. Now, we are attracting some major players, okay? Not only on the marketing side, but we're attracting people on the business side. This young gentleman here, Mark McDonald, is a legendary nutrition and fitness expert, is a best-selling author, global television personality and speaker. He knows everybody. This guy knows everybody. This guy came to us. Somebody introduced him to the Super Patch Company. He said, I want to be your official spokesperson. And so he's going to help us write content, and you are going to be able to use that content when you go out there and share the Super Patch technology with your friends. So Mark McDonald is now part of our team. Also, John Brinkus. Now, some of you may or may not know John. John created a show that ESPN bought called Sports Science. And he did this whole show explaining the science of sports. And he interviewed all these different athletes, and he was the guy that really introduced like swing speed for Major League ball players and whatnot. Well, John is producing a new show called The GOAT Code. And what he's doing is he is interviewing some of the greatest athletes of all time, okay? Trying to figure out what makes them tick. And this show is sponsored by the Super Patch Company. Now, some of you may have seen this 2 weeks ago in Canton, Ohio. What you guys are looking at is you're looking at the induction ceremony for the NFL Hall of Fame. And if you can see, obviously, on the big scoreboard there, the Super Patch company. So guys, this thing is big, getting bigger every single day. Now, people say, why the super patch? Guys, it is the greatest breakthrough in health and performance technology in the past 50 years, and we have zero competition. 100% drug-free, millions and millions of people that are already using it. We've got clinical studies, peer reviews, written up in medical journals. Jay says, listen, nobody has to take my word for it. Look what other people are saying about this technology. All the patches are made right here in the United States. We are FDA registered. Okay, that's a big, big deal in the health and wellness industry. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee, and we have a 95% positive user rating. Now, the last thing I'm going to share with you guys is this. If we're going to take this to 1 billion people worldwide, we need your help. And you've got the ability here to share this technology with the people that you care about the most. And if you share it with them and you do the balance test with them and you prove the technology to them and they go, yeah, I want that, we'll pay you. Guys, we're going to pay you a ridiculous amount of money for something that you would do for free. Now, if you want to get involved in that part of our business and become what we call an associate, guys, it's a whopping $50. I'm not kidding you. It's $50. And what do you get for $50? Number one, you buy the product at wholesale. Number two, you get everything you need to build a multi-million-dollar business. And number three, for $50, you get $75 worth of our patches. We're going to give you a 28-pack of Liberty. We're going to give you a 4-pack of Freedom. All right? Plus, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. Now, when you enroll, you have the ability to buy the patches at a really deep discounted price. You can buy one of these launch kits, okay? You can get $360 worth of our patches for $225, or $600 worth of our stuff for $375, or $1,320 worth of our stuff for $600. Okay, guys, this is by far the best value. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. I'm just saying, if you're gonna come in as an associate, you're gonna buy the patches anyway, so you might as well get them at a really deep discounted price. And oh, did I mention there's a 30-day money-back guarantee? There's only two things that can possibly happen here, and that is you're gonna get your life back or you're gonna get your money back. Those are the only two things that can possibly happen. So that's all I'm gonna say about the income side of this. I want you guys to get back together with the person who invited you here tonight, and they can give you all the details on the income side of what we do. Now, I want to turn this over to you guys. All right. If anybody has a story that they want to share with us, just let me just. I gotta unmute everybody here. Carrie, how do I unmute everybody? More.
I don't know, but while you figure it out, I could share a story.
Yes, jump in here and share that story with us.
Well, this is a personal story, so be kind, okay? I was having a moment. I was having a day. I'm a teen mom, not a teen mom, but I'm a mom of teens, sorry. And stuff going on with my family, different losses and all sorts of things. And I have a hot tub outside. And so I went to relax in that, and that didn't seem to help me. And I was like, what is going on? Like, why are you crying? Pull yourself together, Carrie. And I started to have problems breathing. I really feel like I was starting to have what they call an anxiety attack. And I'd never in my life experienced that before. My breathing was fast. My heart was beating. I had all these thoughts. And I realized I did not have a single patch on. So see, it had been 24 hours. I took them off, was going to walk the dog. I did that and then get back, shower. I normally that's kind of like routine, right? Well, anyway, time went on. I didn't put them on. So when I realized that, I immediately went and grabbed Flow, Defend, and Peace. And I'm kidding you not, within seconds, I was able to just take a deep breath and my world was okay. So I don't know if you've ever dealt with that before, but what we have absolutely works. You just have to remember to use it.
Carrie, I almost said you almost lost your membership card because of that, but that's okay. That's okay. Right? Thank you for sharing. Hey, Susan Richardson, jump in here. Susan, you are muted.
I am doing this Zoom from the Hayward Hospital in
I
Hayward,
see that.
Wisconsin.
Wow. Okay, Susan, what's going on?
7:30 this morning, I had a total knee replacement.
Ooh.
After they got me all hooked up on their electrodes and stuff, I said, I need to wear my Liberty patch and I need to wear my Defend patch during surgery. When I am done, I would like the doctor or me or whoever to slap a Freedom patch above my bandage. So, I mean, information. I handed out so many flyers and business cards today. I mean, I planted a whole forest. Whether they grow, it's in God's hands. But anyways, so it's been 7:30 since I went back into surgery. I have no pain in my leg. None. If I have any pain, I would say it's a 1 to a half of a 1. And at the time of my, when I was admitted, the doctor told me, "What is your pain?" I said, "I have no pain. I have had no pain since June 1st when I slapped that Freedom patch on my knee." He said, "Susie, if you don't have any pain, I cannot do this surgery." And I said, "If I take off my Freedom patch, I think it will probably take 3 to 4 days for me to feel pain again. So I need this surgery." It's not that I don't want surgery or I don't think people should do this surgery. It's just given me back my life so I could walk since June 1st to the time I could come and have this surgery. He said, "Number up."
Number up. Susie, this is the first. A testimonial from a hospital bed right after knee surgery. Thank you so much
Right
for sharing that.
after knee surgery.
You look amazing, by the way. You look
Thank
great.
you.
I love it. Jules, jump in here. Jewel, jump in here.
Hey, so I kind of did a carry deal the other day. I went to bed and I forgot to change out my patches. I just left them on. And the next morning, and I started to jump out of bed like I normally do. And I have POTS, which some of you will know what that is, but I nearly crumpled to the floor because I was too dizzy. And that's how I was before patches. I had a hard time walking any distance at all. And everything just spun. And I was like, what's going on? I know my patches work. And then I noticed that just everything was dark and I had a migraine. And I hadn't had migraines for months. And just everything was going wrong. So I started thinking a little bit, and then I looked on my bathroom counter and there were my new patches that I was supposed to put on the night before. So I slapped those things on, and in a little bit, everything was right again.
Well, I'm telling you,
And
go ahead, Jewel.
my mom has had several leg surgeries or vein surgeries in the last few weeks, and she's used she's using multiple patches, but she used the Freedom patch, and I'm not sure on her, she hasn't told me on her last couple ones, but I know on the first 2 she did not need any pain meds. She only used the Freedom patch. And the doctors, of course, sent her home with pain meds. She is on the call, so I don't know if she wants to unmute and say if she used any or not, but she was very excited that all she needed to use was the Freedom patch.
Well, I'm telling you, this is a great lesson here tonight, and make sure you wear those patches every single day, right, Jewel?
That's right.
That's awesome. Hey, Keith, jump in here. How you doing, Keith?
I'm doing great, Steve.
Good,
Thanks.
man.
So I just wanted to share just 2 quick testimonials. My best friend's wife, she was not sleeping through the night. She would wake up and it would take an hour or longer for her to fall back to sleep. And she took the REM patch, and the first night that she used it, she woke up, but she fell right back to sleep. And a couple of weeks later, after wearing the patch, she sleeps all night now.
Boom.
The second thing is, we were July the 4th, we were having a lunch at their house, and there was a lady there, and she was telling us that for 3 years she'd had back pain, and nothing she'd ever taken helped. The drugs, the cortisone, all of these things that she tried for 3 years didn't help. We said, well, why don't you try the Liberty patch? We didn't even have a pain patch. Within 30 seconds after she put that on, she said, I don't have any pain. So even the Liberty patch can attain some incredible results.
I absolutely love these stories. I love these stories. Crystal Green, jump in here.
Hi, you guys. Okay, so I also do not have Flo on today. We have been patching up people like crazy for the last couple days. I think myself and a couple of my colleagues have patched up like 70 people in the last few days. That's not an exaggeration. It's been amazing. So I'm really having a hard time picturing or like thinking about one. So the one that stands out the most, I was in Iowa over the weekend and a gal had walked up to the table and she was really hesitant. And we started talking and I started sharing my story a bit. I'm a disabled mom of 5. I've got multiple sclerosis, post-orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, seizures, a whole bunch of stuff. I'm like, I'm a hot mess and this has helped me. And this is what I feel like my mission is. And so she let me do the demo on her and immediately she points across, you know, they were having their town's event and she waves down her husband and he comes running over and she's like, let her do this to you. And he points out he's got a few spots on his arm that really tense up. You can physically see where the nerve is upset on his hands and his arms. And he says, we've tried everything. We've done this. We've done that. I said, okay, well, let's see what happens. I've never dealt with it, but we'll see. I did the demo of Liberty on him. And within, I want to say it was like 30 seconds, he looked at his wife. He looked down his arm. He says, the pain is gone. Buy it. And then we proceeded to patch up his son and patch up his son's pregnant wife who has sciatic issues. By the time she walked away, she was feeling great. It was an amazing experience. And the mom ended up signing up to be with us to be able to share the technology. So it was really amazing to just be a part of something like right now. They walked up, they'd never heard of it. They experienced it. Their whole family experienced it in the few minutes. And then they were like, we need to tell everyone. And so it was just a blessing.
Oh, Crystal, that is so good. It's so much fun, you guys, because it works instantly. Nobody has to go, oh, try this for 30 days and tell me how you feel. No, try it for 3 seconds and tell me how you feel. Ron, jump in here, buddy.
My cholesterol runs high. I was on statin. The patches came out. I put the patches on, Flo, Liberty Defend. I had a blood draw, saw my doctor last week. Instead of being in the 200s plus, I'm down at 186. Everything's in the normal range. Life is good. Coming off the statins because guess what? My body doesn't need it. So from 300, not 200, but from 300s down to 186 normal range. Life can't get any better than that. And I have never been never been there before. Forever.
And I'm telling you, Ron, it's something that you just got to go tell that story every single day to everybody that you meet. Thank you for sharing that. Tiffany, jump in here.
Hey guys, so it's actually really fun. I'm going to jump on this like anxiety trend that's going on because it happened to me the other night. And my youngest son, I was like, please, I just need a hug. Like, I don't know what's happening to me. And he's like, Mom, where's your peace patch? So I grab it and I put it on, and it was just that moment that I had to click that live button on Facebook, and I went live. And I'm such an emotional person already, but I was just bawling on live. I'm like, you guys, you need this. Oh my gosh. And it was just the most incredible thing I've ever felt in my life. Honestly.
And seriously, you can't not tell the story. You have to continue to tell the story. Ken, jump in here, buddy.
I was one of these skeptical people, man. I promise you.
Yep.
But I'm in law enforcement, and I wear a bulletproof vest. I wear sidearm, everything. You know, my Sam Brown. And for the last 2 years, it feels like I can feel gravity with that vest on and everything. Today, after wearing it for 24 hours, was the first day I had release after I have the freedom, victory, liberty, and defend. I put all 4 of them on. And it is just so comfortable now for me I had my vest on all day without having to think about it. Because I didn't feel the weight of the gravity pulling on me. It's what I felt.
Come on,
over the last couple of years. And it's unbelievable. And my the Achilles heel, Achilles tendon, I hardly ever felt that at all today. So, you know, the little things been nagging at you, you know, get up in age a little bit. Today was my first day in all those 2 years, hardly any pain at all. Thank you so much.
Dude,
I'm I'm not skeptical anymore. Thank you, sir.
Dude, that is so awesome. I absolutely love that. Christy, you are going to be our last one here tonight. So let's round this thing out. Thank you so much.
So my husband, Daniel, he has diabetic neuropathy in his bilateral lower extremities. We were absolutely not going to try these patches when Angela approached us with it. Thank God we did. So we did Liberty and Flow. He walked around with his boots on at work one day at the hospital with glass in his boot that nobody knew about. And he got home, took his boots off, and his sock was just saturated with blood.
Ouch.
He had no clue he had been walking on this shard of glass in his boot. So anyhow, we put Liberty and Flow on him 10 days ago or so, maybe 2 weeks now. And when he was out here watering the chickens, his shoe got wet and he was like, babe, my shoe's wet. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, no, you don't understand. I feel that my shoe is wet. So that's huge. So now we've added Defend and we've gone to Victory. So Victory, Flow, and Defend for him for the win.
Gosh.
Yeah.
I'm a believer.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's absolutely crazy. Listen, guys, thank you so much for sharing. All right, guys, listen, let's wrap this up. These testimonials could literally go on for hours. You know, we do this Zoom every single Tuesday, and I have no idea who's going to share anything. There's nothing that is rehearsed. So those of you who are guests, please understand that this is real. And you can hear the realness in the voices of the people that share on these Tuesday night Zooms. You know, the best way to build a business with the Super Patch Company is to get these patches on the skin of the people that you care about the most and let them feel the technology. Because once you feel it, there's no way that you can unring that bell. There's no way. I mean, think about it, guys. You tell me a better situation than a drug-free solution for pain. Come on, I'm waiting. There isn't one, right? A drug-free solution for sleep. A drug-free solution for cognitive decline. That's what we have. And that is why we are growing at the rate that we are growing. Guys, today we can do business in the United States, in Canada, in the UK, in all 27 countries in the EU. And we are taking this worldwide, all right? This is just the beginning. Those of you who are guests, don't go to sleep with a question tonight. Please get together with the person who invited you, get all of your questions answered. And I know that you're joining us tonight as a customer or as an associate. And as an associate, you guys, it's $50. It's just an extra $50, all right? And when you do join us, let me be the first to welcome you to the Super Patch Company. Guys, this is as hard as we work, and we're having an absolute ball. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next week.